Hello, everyone. I know it's a day late, but we are here. Welcome to Output Racing League, race number 3 of round 1 of the playoffs. This is the decider. This is where we find out who is making it through to the round of 12. Everyone is in the pits right now, gearing up for a pit party. So let's get down to the pits and see what we got going on. Got 23 cars in the session at the moment. Will bring the strength of field to a 2763. Of the 23 cars, like 22 have put down laps. Cars are starting to roll off for the pit party. We're going to lock eyes on the 88. No doubt he'll be towards the front row. In fact, no, he's going to be second row. Front row is going to be the 27 and the 50. No, 27 dropping to the back. So it is the 88. 88 and the 50. As Jonathan Hernandez and the 50 car of Christian Budd. At the moment, Christian is the fastest car on track by 0.061 of a second. Got 14.474 lap time. And Thomas Harmon is P2. Out of turn 4, these guys are going to kick off this pit party. And they're off and racing. Bristol's small enough where they can actually do a full roll around lap so they can get everyone sorted. 2 leaders off in the distance at the moment already. Christian Budd taking the lead. We heard some contact there towards the back. Everyone keeping it clean for now. Wow, look at that pile up. Mark Pintycuff just absolutely pile drove to the 78 of Brian Pizzicami. Did a 90 of Michael Sturgill, also affected in that one. The paints are not loading for some reason. We're going to have to rectify that. Has all files up to date, I don't. Oh, as around goes Andrew Perkins in the 48 car. You guys can't see it, but I can see who it is. Currently down in the 20th position. Paint's loaded. The Sturgill. The Sturgill. That is not the paint Sturgill is running. I know that's not the paint Sturgill is running. Right. Restart trading paints. Now let's see if it works. Go back to focusing on crashes. Looks like most people actually crashed out of that pit party. Mark Pintycuff kept going. Sorry, not kept going. Mark was caught up in that crash. That on screen is the 81 in the standings, but the 24 on track of Corey Williamson. We're going to have two 24s in this race. 288s. If we have any other double numbers, I'll let you know. That's the paint that Michael should be running. Alright, so we're sorted on paints now. To restart trading paints. There is the 88 of Jonathan Hernandez going around catching Corey Williamson and the 90 of Michael Sturgill unawares. Not a bad little field spread. 23 cars. Well, as Andrew Perkins goes around and gets absolutely pile driven by everyone. At the moment, between first and 22nd, only like 4/10 of a second. That's how close the entire field is. 4/10. As Mark Pentecoff's gone around and chaos ensues. Thomas Harmon flipping down the track. Let's hope that's not a sign of things to come for Harmon. Jonathan Bell and Corey Williamson go around. That's one thing about Bristol. Action never stops. There is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide in this man-made hell. Go back to look at our fast time setter, Christian Bud. There's the 22 of Gary Waterworth coming out of the pits, and Andrew Perkins has gone around, collected by Corey Williamson. Oh, as we see Jonathan Hernandez going for a flip. Not very often in real life you see cars flipping at Bristol. On iRacing, it's a regular occurrence. Also the 24 Frank Isaacson. Well, Frank stayed out on track the entire time. Now he's playing blocker in front of Christian. Christian must be on much older tyres than Frank at the minute. Oh, and around goes Frank, dumped by Christian. Let's get a replay of that. Christian just absolutely dumped Frank. Got him loose. See Frank sideways and Christian straight into him. Tragic. And shenanigans ensued from there. They're still crashing. Andrew Perkins on screen, going back to focus on crashes. And Thomas Harmon sliding in behind him there, coming out of turn 4. Corey Williamson getting out of the way. And Perkins turned by Thomas. Going to 2 car, the Marlborough car. And it looks like we might be gearing up for another pit party here. There's about 22 minutes left in this practice session. Perkins, after doing a little bit of a burnout, just parking it inside of Thomas Harmon. Waiting for everyone to roll. Okay, everyone is rolling now. We're going to go and sit on the 90 of Sturgill, who I'm guessing is going to be front row for this one. Unless he's going to be the pace car. Behind him. Virgil is going to be on the point. We're off and racing. Virgil out to a big lead. Hernandez a little bit loose behind him. Gonna go focus on crashes now. Everyone clean on the first lap of the pit party. Oh, Thomas Harmon is around in front of the field. Shenanigans have ensued. Matt Horton, the 99 in the standings, the 88 on track, caught up in that. Chris Champeau, nice little pit entry there. Unfortunately missed his box by a mile. There's his box back there. Round goes Andrew Perkins. Virgil still in the lead of the pit party from Hernandez. And 36 of Michael Watkins. As like there's a Chemi experimenting with alternate dimensions there, and around goes the 88 of Hernandez. Takes him out of the running for the pit party. Virgil still leading the way for it. Isaacson on screen. Autism Beaks car. His son is indeed a superhero. Oh! Big drama there for Corey Williamson, going for a flip. That was off the nose of Pizzicami. But honestly, practice sessions at Bristol are just wreckfests. But we're not even playing the same game anymore. Minutes left in practice though. Guys have 18 minutes to get themselves sorted out. Oh, Christian Budd with a big slide there going into turn one. More shenanigans ensuing. Got a couple of cars caught up in that one. There's Zach Floyd in the 28, the Jeff Gordon tribute scheme. We just about go 3 wide at Bristol. Not quite. Pentecough is the cork in the bottle at the moment. Oh, and around goes the 12 of Butterworth. 22 in the standings, 12 on the track. So we've got 2 12 cars on track. Virgil is around, and he collected the actual 12. Shenanigans everywhere, as far as the eye can see. Pentecough back on screen again. And around goes Masia, the 13, currently 14th in the standings. There goes Chris Champeau around 17th in the standings at the minute. There's a 78 of Brian Pizzakemi, 5 of Mark Pentecoff. But the 13 there, just getting the apron a little bit. Around goes Corey Williamson. Oh! Have a look at that again from Travis. He got caught by the wall monster. Slingshot, engage. Damn. Around went Waterworth. Selected by Hernandez and Zach Floyd. And Jonathan Bell, just for shits and giggles, decided to join in on that. Less than 15 minutes to go in this practice session now. You'll do a lot of laps in 15 minutes. Most tracks that's only equivalent to about 30 laps. Here it's equivalent to about 60. There's sub 15-second lap times. You get 4 laps in a minute. There's John Lazelle and Mark Pentecoff. I'm looking pretty pacey at the minute. Currently 13th in the standings. Oh. Lots of shenanigans going on. Oh, he was... As I said, you know, it's hard to be able to commentate on practice because everyone just keeps wrecking. There's the 9 on the standings, the 88 of Matt Horton, currently in 12th. Don't worry if the positions that I'm giving you don't match up with what you're seeing at the top of your screen there. Got 2 different softwares going and they react differently to replays. Brian Pizzakemi, 78. Outside Corey Williamson. The 24, there's the 50. Williamson actually showing some pretty good pace. Under 2/10 off of the lead as he's caught up in this melee in turn 2, as is most people. There is no days of thundering through this pile up. It's still going. That crash started turn 1 and it has just ended in turn 3. That crash took half a lap to reach its conclusion. Now, you're seeing 78, Brian Pizzakemi. In front of him, the 22 in the standings, the 12 on track of Gary Waterworth, and just behind, the 21 of Brian Chambliss, as the 12 of Matt Burgess, the actual 12, goes for a little bit of a half spin there. 27 into the outside wall. Jonathan Bell. Let's see what Chambliss can do here. Not sure if he's put down a lap yet, as it was only good enough for 19. He will improve in practice. As we have 9.5 minutes left in practice. That's 40 laps. 40 laps of practice left. There's the 60 of Kyle Kraus. He's just behind the 50 of Christian Budd. And around goes Kyle Kraus. And nowhere to go was the 21 of Brian Chambliss there. But Corey Williamson also caught up in that. There's the 13 of Travis Massia. He's trying to get around the outside of Frank Isaacson, but he gets loose. And around he goes. That is on the back straight going into turn 3. Everyone manages to get around him. 48 of Andrew Perkins. Oh, just clipping the wall there on the exit of 4. Manages to keep going, no. And that is Matt Horton going around again. I do love the look of Frank's cars. I think I definitely need to talk to some of these drivers about their custom numbers. Well, there is the 88 on track, the 9 of Matt Horton. Going for a half spin there. Didn't collect anyone. Michael Watkins on screen now to 36. On standings at 12 of Gary Waterworth. Trying to go around the outside of Matt Horton now. There's Mark Pentacup in the 5. He's got Watkins and Floyd around him. Watkins actually going to the inside to make a nice little pass. Some people might also be experimenting the wall tap technique. That is outlawed in official racing. Oh, Pizzakemi getting loose. Gathers it back up. Gives Zach Floyd a tap for his troubles. 3 wide, and now they're not. Oh, there's a crash. Corey Williamson. I'm going to say Williamson was the cause of that one. Even Jaron Sanchez got involved. 5 minutes left in practice now. Ooh, solid impacts there. Oh, as I said, this is just a demo derby in practice. 5 minutes left in practice though. Good enough for 20 more laps. Jack Floyd has captured P2 over Thomas Harmon. Down goes Horton with the 24 of Isaacson. The 5 of Penticuff got caught up in that as well. Sorry, I'm just sitting here laughing at how bad this practice session is, guys. Let's hope they get all of the silliness and the crashes out of the way here in practice, and we can have a pretty clean and green race. If we do, you know, the strategy will be immense. These guys look like they have half an idea on what they're doing around here. 50, the 88, the 22 and the 60. There's the 90 of Michael Sturgill going for a spin. He's worked his way into third. Brian Chambliss taking over the second spot. Christian Budd rolls down to the inside of the track. Gap between first and second now, 0.035 of a second. That is nothing. Entire field is separated by 0.385 of a second. Around goes Hernandez. 10 laps left in practice. 2 minutes on the clock now. So that'll be down to 8 laps left. Watkins currently 10th. Hernandez currently down in 7th. We don't usually see Hernandez down that far. It might be on a little bit of a struggle bus run tonight. Guys, even though we are watching a replay, we're going to try and keep the pacing the same as if this was actually live. So we are going to go for a quick commercial break while qualifying is underway. When we come back, the grid should be set and we are going to be seeing the results of it. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because when we come back, that's when the action will really start. And we will get this Gladiator 150 from the Bristol Motor Speedway well and truly underway. Make sure you guys stay tuned. All right, we are back. Qualifying has been completed, and this is the way the grid is sitting on the pole with a 14. No, it's not going to tell me. On the pole will be Christian Budd. P2 is going to be Michael Sturgill. P3 is going to be Thomas Harmon. P4 is going to be the 27 car of. I don't understand this sometimes. P4 is going to be the 27 car of Jonathan Bell. P5 will be the 23 of John Lazelle. P6 be the 28 of Zach Floyd. P7, the 88 of Jonathan Hernandez. 9, the 6 of Kyle Kraus. 10, I don't have any information on. P9, sorry, is going to be the 38 of Michael Watkins. P10 is going to be the 13 of Travis Massia. Fortunately, like, all the information is kind of all kinds of screwed up. So, you guys are going to see it as checkered flag race over, and you're going to see the finishing results, which sucks. So, sorry about that, guys. Fortunately, nothing I can do about it. As we get ready for one more time around before we take the green flag. No, I'm not going to. You guys can see the results. Fuck it. Here we go. Pace car is in. Waiting on green. There it is, and we're underway. And Jonathan Bell in P4 already blinking out a storm. The 50 of Christian Budd off to a lead already. And it looks like everything has now just equalized out to the way it should be. Lap 1 complete. And Christian Budd is in the lead of that one. Looks like everything towards the front here fairly strung out. Keep an eye on that 27. He was blinking out quite a fair bit there. Like things, oh no, I was going to say have stabilized, but nope. More experimentation with alternate dimensions. More, I say. Oh god, this is terrible. Have a little bit of a look further back in the pack here. Let's go to the 21 of Chambliss. There's actually a battle going on behind Chambliss here between the 12 and the 12. So I say the 12 and the 22. That's Matt Burgess in the 12 and Gary Waterworth in 22 on your standings. 12 on the track, Waterworth on the outside. And now here comes the 2 of Chris Champeau as well. This is the battle for 12th and 13th. Be the 1 of Brandon Bennett there as well. He's going to try and take away the 14th position. Matt Burgess just falling down the order here. A little bit of a free fall situation. See what's going on behind these guys. There is the 4, another 12. We have 3 12s on the track. Evan Rice, the 6 in your standings, the 12 on track. This is not the way it should be. Looks like Evan Rice experiencing a little bit of free fall as well. A little bit of a bump and run there from 78 of Pizzacami. Looks like for the most part things here have sorted themselves out. So let's go back and check in on our leader. Who's very quickly catching the tail end of the pack. Only got 3.5 seconds before he catches up to the 81 of Corey Williamson, who was also 24 on track. Michael Sturgill P2, Zach Floyd P3, Jonathan Hernandez P4, and Thomas Harmon P5 at the moment. For a little bit here, let's just go focus on crashes, see what iRacing wants us to look at. There is the 13 of Travis Massia, the John Lozelle, Brian Chambliss, and Gary Waterworth behind him. Guys running a fairly nice pace here. Not too quick, not too slow. Maybe possibly saving their tyres a little bit. They're not too far off the lead. But in saying that, 2 seconds is a long way at Bristol. These guys are 5 seconds back. Christian Budd's just absolutely flying right now. Speaking of Christian, let's go back to looking at him because he is just about in lap traffic right in front of him. Is Andrew Perkins in the 48. So we should be seeing a little bit of movement here shortly. To the inside goes Christian Budd, and he makes that move look easy. Oh, but Andrew Perkins almost got loosed into the leader. That was just about disastrous. Christian Budd still leading the way at the moment. Like we've got a little bit of a cluster going on here. The 24, the 5, the 6, and the 4. Remember, the 12 car is actually the 6. So Sanchez in the 4, Rice in the 6, Mark Pentecoff in the 5, Frank Isaacson in the 24 car. So these guys have gotten themselves sorted out here. They're deep in the pack. Here comes Evan Rice now trying to take 17th away from Sanchez. And he gets there. As the 50 of Christian Budd continually finding his way through the lap traffic. Next car on his list is the 81 of Corey Williamson, of course 24 on track. There's side-by-side action going on ahead of him as well with Mark Pentecup and Matt Horton. Mark Horton was taking the advantage and getting around Mark. Christian carving his way through the field like a surgeon. Struggling to get around Mark though. Mark is giving Christian all of the inside, and it's just not enough for Christian to get around him just yet. They've been side by side for at least 5 laps. And here's Michael Sturgill joining the party now. What can Sturgill do while Christian caught up in the traffic? He gets the Christians outside, making it 3 wide for a second. 3 wide at Bristol is definitely a crazy, scary situation. But they got through it. Sturgill now trying to fight hard to take the lead away from Christian Budd. And he gets there on the outside. Looked like Christian might have actually just cleared the throttle a little bit to allow that overtake to happen. Now the battle is back on again. Let's see what can Christian do to try and get it back around Sturgill. People in the Twitch chat here are going crazy. If you're watching this back on YouTube, don't forget you can come check us out over at twitch.tv/Aussie_sim_commentator. See the action live, at least more live than what you get on YouTube. Christian looked at the inside of Sturgill, wasn't going to quite get that move made. And just actually looking at my little mini map here at the 6 of Evan Rice is just absolutely flying his way through the field as much as he can. I have a look at what Evan Rice is up to here. Ow. Evan Rice in 16th. Jonathan Bell, Pizzakemi, and Brandon Bennett in front of him. This is the battle for 13th going on here. Oh, a little bit loose there for Evan Rice. Holds on to it though, takes that position away from Bell. A little bit loose again. Gotta watch that looseness. Oh, it looks like the 13 of Travis Massier a little bit slow there, coming out of turn 4. Jonathan Bell still blinking out a little bit. He's definitely going to have to try and get that sorted out. And there's contact. Oh no! Around goes the 13, around goes the 78. 78 is looking very, very second-hand. And I do believe that is our first caution of the race. Caution lights are indeed on. Go back and have a look at the replay on that. Looks like Evan Rice just gets a slightly better run through turn 4. Tap is all it takes to the 13 of Travis Amastia. Gets him all out of shape. Into the 78 he goes. Both of those guys go down to the inside. And we couldn't see the 27 there, but he also got loose and went for a half spin. But that is pretty much going to be day done for the 78 and the 13. And the 6 of Evan Rice continues on. Just go back and watch it one more time. Why not? I'm a sadist like that. Full speed, here we go. Yep, just that one slight little tap was all it took. Oh, actually looked like Jonathan Bell got a tap in that as well after Evan got the back of Travis. But that is our first caution of the race. And Sturgill is in the lead. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, see if anyone wants to pit and how the pit stop cycle will cycle out. So make sure you guys stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back. And a lot of people pitted. Everyone actually pitted besides the 13 of Travis Massia, who's going to be getting a lap back here. But Christian Budd has re-overtaken the lead from the 90 of Michael Sturgill. Thomas Harmon in third. Zach Floyd fourth. Jonathan Hernandez P5. Michael Watkins sixth. Chris Champeau in seventh. Ryan Chambliss 8th, Kyle Krause in 9th, Matt Burgess P10. We only have 15 cars on the lead lap. It's hard to tell because of Jonathan Bell blinking out. Back notes, 14 cars on the lead lap. Looks like Thomas sporting a little bit of rear end damage here. Get ready to go to green. Oh, missing his entire rear bumper. That can't be nice. Let's go back and see what happened to him here. Oh, this is under caution. Corey Williamson involved. Forward of Andrew Perkins. Oh! Whammo! Perkins into Williamson into Harmon. Damn. That's brutal. That was a solid hit too. So here we go now. Back underway. And the 50 of Christian Budd out to a big lead now that he can control the start. There is the 90 of Michael Sturgill sitting there in second still. Thomas Harmon with the damage to his ass. Still holding on to third for the moment. We'll see whether he can continue to hold on to it or not, because Zach Floyd on the outside is looking pretty strong. Hernandez and Watkins are up there as well. Watkins now actually looking to take the advantage on the outside line. And Thomas dropping all the way back to P6. Just a one in front of Brian Chambliss. I don't think that was so much to do with damage. I think that's more, he just got stuck there on the inside line, unable to make up any ground. Now he is continuing on, only just holding off Chambliss. He's just started taking a slightly lower line to try and take the outside of Harmon as well. And he's going to get there. Christian Budd pulling away from the field. These guys are still battling it out here for third, fourth, and fifth. 78 of Ryan Pisacemi trying to come back out onto the track. And doesn't look like he's going to. Back into the pits he goes. Here's another little battle on the track. The two of Chris Champeau looking to take seventh away from Harmon. Harmon not having a great race at the minute. Harmon continuing to fall down the field. He's waiting for that low group to come in. We all know Thomas, he's not going to push hard at all as we catch up to the 13 of Travis Massio going very slowly. But Thomas will just consistently run that low line, save his tyres while he's down there, and start passing everyone. Everyone's tyres wear out. Very smart strategy. He's used it to win here multiple times. As we are now going to go and focus on crashes again. And we're with the 12 on track, the 22 in your standings of Gary Waterworth. And now up with Zach Floyd in third. Quick jumps. We have two cars out of the race at the moment. 14 cars on the lead lap. Got 3 cars 1 lap down, 3 cars 2 laps down. Ryan Pisacemi in the pits getting repairs. Jonathan Bell and Andrew Perkins OUT out of the race. I don't even know what happened to Andrew Perkins that has rendered him out, but he is out. Oh, actually, no, I do know what happened to him. It was him brown nosing the shit out of Corey Williams. Jonathan Hernandez now looking to try and take advantage on the lower line of Michael Watkins. Not going to quite be able to do it though. Oh, Thomas Harmon has gone around. And that looks to have brought out a caution. Let's see what unfolded here for Thomas. Battling with the 23 of Lozelle. The low line. Actually, sideways on the low line. Drifting up. Oh, Lozelle, nowhere to go. Taps Thomas in the right rear there as Thomas was sliding up the track. Around he goes. And Thomas brings out the caution on lap 69. All right, we're going to go to another quick commercial break here. When we come back, we'll see how the pit stop cycle phases through again if people do decide to pit. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And we are back here for the Gladiator 150 from the Bristol Motor Speedway. This is a fantastic view. The last great Coliseum, infield of which actually gets used for football when it's not racing season. But as it stands, Christian Budd still in the lead of the race from Michael Sturgill in the 90. Michael Watkins actually P3 at the moment, with Zach Floyd in 4th. Jonathan Hernandez P5, Kyle Kraus P6, Gary Waterworth 7th, Evan Rice in 8th, John Lozelle 9th, and Brandon Bennett in 10th. We have 16 cars on the lead lap. If the 4 of Jaron Sanchez gets a wave around. Everyone did pit again. Except for the 4 car. Trying to get his lap back. Matt Horton in the 9. 88 on track, 9 in the standings. Got the lucky dog wave around. As we now go into double Indian file formation for the restart here. Restart will be lap 76. So we will be halfway when we get the green flag. 75 laps down, 75 laps to go in this race. This was our second caution. And we're off and racing. There it is, officially halfway. Christian Budd out to a big lead already. It looks like Zach Floyd in the 28. Going to take third. Watkins a little bit loose there coming out of turn 4. 36 car getting a little bit sideways now. Jonathan Hernandez going to take the advantage. So too Gary the Snail himself. 22 car in the standings, a 12 on track of Gary Waterworth. Unfortunately not able to make the advantage work in his favour. The 36 car still getting very loose in front of him. As my cat has just decided that I am going to be his favourite chew toy after using my chair as a scratching post. Jonathan Hernandez trying to get that inside groove to work. He's trying to pull the Thomas Harmon. Looking for a way on the inside. Oh! Waterworth in the 22 getting a little bit loose there. And he has just lost a bucket load of positions. He's just dropped all the way down to 8th. Possibly 9th if the one of Brandon Bennett can get around his inside. Look like he will though. John Lazelle giving him a little bit of a shove down the back straight there. Brandon Bennett now going to fall down into the clutches of Thomas Harmon, who has recovered to 11th. Looking to take 10th away now, and he does. He's also got a new back bumper strapped onto the car. No doubt it's only held there with gaffer tape. Blue gaffer tape to try and make it look good. Had agreed with that one. Thomas Harmon definitely not in a good position right now. Way down the order. Here is the battle for the lead. Christian Budd unable to pull away from Sturgill this time. Sturgill looking very strong. Just going slightly higher than Christian Budd in the corners, allowing him more speed at the moment. This is a close battle right now. Only got 61 and a half laps left to run in this race, which will go by very quickly. About 15 minutes of racing that we have to look forward to here if we go green the whole way. We've got 16 cars on the lead lap too. Still close, hard waters going on here. Look at the difference in lines. Let's actually take a look out of the back of Christian's car here. Just see Sturgill running that slightly higher line. Christian running the middle. Virgil running the higher line. But Sturgill actually has the slight advantage right now. Christian just being as consistent as he can possibly be. Both lanes kind of even at the moment the way these two drivers are driving. Last lap of the race at the moment, 14.477 set by Christian Budd as we go around the 4 car of Jaron Sanchez, putting him back a lap down. Those old tyres definitely hampering his performance. Looks like we might be catching up to another lap car here, as the 5 of Mark Pentecoff, who was staying in the high line, forcing the leaders to go low. And that opened up the gap ever so slightly between Christian and Michael. Out to 0.5 of a second now. Looks like Thomas Harmon dropped a couple of positions, back up to 11th. Not sure what happened to Thomas to make him drop a couple of positions there, but yeah, back up to 11th now. We're going to go check in on the 6 of Evan Rice. Oh! He just got a tap from Waterworth. Go back and have a look at that again. It's a 12 on 12 crime. Fake 12 on 12. And Evan Rice checked up a little bit harder behind Watkins than he's used to. And Waterworth, not seeing him checking up that quickly, into his rear, sent him sideways. And this has allowed the 21 car of Brian Chambliss to get around the both of them. The Chambliss is going to take over the 7th spot there. But drivers are lucky that they get to continue on with that. That could have been a lot worse. They both lost a lot of positions. Evan Rice still actually not looking comfortable at the minute. A little bit too much heat in them tyres, but looks like he's got it sorted now. Gonna go focus on crashes. Corey Williamson, who is a lap down, was the target of affection there. John Lozelle now, who has just been passed by Matt Burgess on the inside. Dropping to 11th. Thomas Harmon making some moves. Getting right up there into 7th now as he just nosed ahead of Watkins. But that low line's definitely starting to come into play. Chambliss trying to defend on the low line a little bit from Thomas Harmon. It's not going to work out though. Thomas Harmon, once he gets that low line rolling, is absolutely phenomenal. Looks like the 4 Jaron Sanchez also running that lower line. It's not going to matter too much now. They're not 2x2 anymore. Sanchez now going to the higher line to allow Thomas down the inside. Oh, as we have a spinner. I think that was Zach Floyd in the 28 car. Go back and see what happened to Zach there. Oh, big contact with the 88 of Jonathan Hernandez. And that sent Zach around. Does he keep it off the inside wall? No. But surprisingly, no caution. Bit of lights on the outside of the track still going green, so no caution. And the race continues on. Thomas Harmon now has worked his way back up into the top 5, and he's looking to take away 4th from Kyle Kraus. The gap between 1st and 2nd now out to 2 seconds. Christian Budd just a little bit better at navigating the traffic. Kyle Kraus there bouncing off the wall, using the wall turning technique. Not going to do it too often though. I don't think he did it on purpose, but it's always fun to speculate. Let's open up the radio channel now, so let's hear what the drivers are talking about, if they are talking about anything. At the moment, all is quiet on the western front as Thomas Harmon goes to the inside of Kyle Kraus. We only have 36 laps to go. This race is going through very quickly now that we've had some green flag running. This is the expertise that is Thomas Harmon on that low line. Let's watch from his cockpit here. In fact, no, let's go to Gyrocam. Gyrocam's a lot more fun. Oh, sideways. I think there was contact there. Let's back that up. Yep, Kyle Kraus just getting a little bit loose, contacting Thomas. Thomas continues on though. See, look at that. That is a driver who is not phased in one slight little bit. Let's go back and check in on our leader, who is in heavy lap traffic. Holy jeebus. Got the 5 of Mark Pentacuff, the 81 of Corey Williamson, who's 24 on track, and the 36 of Michael Watkins. And he's navigated them without injury. Oh, contact behind. Let's see what happened here behind Christian. Oh, netcode. That was a big bad old netcode. And unfortunately, Corey Williamson got the rough end of that stick. Back up to Christian Budd though. And he's just cruising at this point. He's consistently the fastest car every lap, but he's not pushing it whatsoever, as there is some shenanigans going on ahead of him at the minute. Let's keep an eye on this little battle here. Evan Rice, Brennan Bennett, and Matt Horton. These guys all battling for position, and only one of them has their actual number on the car. Evan Rice usually does run with his normal number, but because this is a replay the day after, Trading Paints has readjusted to what is not his number. Like the one of Brennan Bennett conceding to the 50 car. And it looks like the 90 of Michael Sturgill buried into some lap traffic as well. Running the lower lane, trying to gain some advantages. Thomas Harmon has gotten around Kyle Kraus fourth. Next person on Thomas's list is the 88 of Jonathan Hernandez. We now have 23 laps left to run in this race. Christian still making his way through the lap traffic very easily. Five-second lead he has over Michael Sturgill right now. That is 1/3 of the track. That's how big his lead is. 1/3 of the track. Oh, 24, Frank Isaacson getting into the wall there and disappeared. I think Frank is out of the race. No, he's still there. He just blinked for a second. Oh, lucky. I was gonna say. Can't lose Frank. Frank's awesome. Frank is 4 laps down now. Back to the 50 of Christian Budd. Now caught up to the 9th place Brian Chambliss. Only 9 cars on the lead lap, about to be 8. To the inside he goes. Chambliss giving him all the room in the world, but still going to race him hard. Doesn't want to go a lap down here. But he does. He concedes the position. 8 cars left on the lead lap. The next car on Christian Budd's list is going to be the 2 of Chris Champeau. Christian Budd showing why he's been so dominant every time he hits the track. Getting around Zach Floyd, putting Zach Floyd another lap down. Zach Floyd now the first car 2 laps down. There's only 6 cars 1 lap down. Chambliss, Rice, Horton, Bennett, and Lizelle and Watkins. Chris Champeau is trying desperately to stay on the lead lap. We are almost at 10 laps left to run in this race. Thomas Harmon has overtaken Hernandez for 3rd. Didn't see it happen, but I can see it in the standings. Come to the start-finish line this time. 10 laps left to run in this race for Christian Budd. For a race that's only had a few cautions, this has been a really, really well-run race. The inside of Chris Champeau he goes. It's some Chris on Chris action. And very easily making the overtake is Christian Budd. Now there is 7 cars on the lead lap. Let's see if Christian can put a lap on Waterworth that time. He's only going to have 6.5 laps to do it though. Going to be very close to whether he can or not. Five laps left to run in this race, and ain't no one going to be stopping Christian Budd at this point. Unless we get a late caution and go into overtime.
Reckon.
Sturgill that called that out. Let's see what happened around Sturgill.
Reckon.
No idea. I heard a car crashing. See who it was. Possibly the one of Brandon Bennett. Oh!
Reckon.
That's the 23 Lizelle, the one of Brandon Bennett, and the 9 of Matt Horton. Caught up in some late race shenanigans there. No caution. Are able to continue on. Christian Budd getting the job done. 2 laps left to run in this race. He might not have been running the entire season, but he is showing why he is the dominant force and the main contender to try and take over this championship. 1 lap left to run in this race. Christian Budd has been absolutely dominating the playoffs so far. 1 bad race, but he's made up for it big time as he comes out of turn 4 for the final time. Your race winner here for the Gladiator 150, the 50 of Christian Budd. And iRacing just crashed on me. I wish I was kidding. iRacing just fucking crashed. Wow. Actually, wow. Right, guys. Well, Christian Budd come home with a win. Michael Sturgill P2. Thomas Harmon in 3rd. Matt Burgess 4th. Jonathan Hernandez in 5th. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to get any private interviews because, well, everything's just kind of ruined right now. So, guys, I'm going to quickly go and have a look at the standings after the race. I've done this before, but I didn't. But what timing, though? Right at the very end of the race, just as the leader crosses the line, is when iRacing decides that it doesn't want. So, guys, continuing on into the round of 12, going to be Christian Budd, Thomas Harmon, Zach Floyd, Michael Sturgill, Brian Chambliss, Jonathan Hernandez, Evan Rice, Brandon Bennett, Matt Burgess, Chris Champo, Travis Masia, and Jaron Sanchez sneaking in to the top 12. Fortunately, that means Mark Penticuff, Brian Pizzakemi, Frank Isaacson, and Matt Horton are OUT out. And the points have reset. 2 points between Christian and Thomas. 2 points between Thomas and Zach. Sturgill and Chambliss Sturgill's tied with Zach. Chambliss, Hernandez, and Rice tied for 5th, 2 points back from Floyd and Sturgill. And Brandon Bennett, Matt Burgess, Chris Champo, Travis Massey, and Jaron Sanchez tied on 8th. 10 points behind the lead, 2 points off of the guys who are tied for 5th. So that was a very interesting way to end off round number 1. Fortunately, we have to say bye to a few people, but go must go on, and next week go on it will with the autism awareness race from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So make sure you guys stay tuned next week. That one will be live and free right here on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel. Until next week, good luck, have fun, die quietly out there. and we'll see you guys soon.